Removing the rear motor mount isn't that difficult. There's 4 bolts on the corners and 1 at the top. Everything's 14 millimeters. I didn't have to remove any other pieces to slide it out, but I did jack up the motor. I had to use a flathead screwdriver to move this piece down so I could get my socket onto the bolt. That was took a little bit of doing. Getting the motor mount out is not the difficult part. Getting it back in is a pain in the butt. You can see that the motor mount pushes into the motor housing or whatever, and so getting this piece up and in is really difficult. It takes a lot of wiggling and prying and finagling. The most helpful tip is probably to loosen up these bolts on the top of this side engine mount. I'm not sure if you should either loosen them up all the way so they're barely in, or just totally remove them. I ended up totally removing mine, and then using the jack down below to raise up the motor so I could get the motor mount in, so that top bolt could get in, and then dropping the motor down so I would have room with my socket to work and tighten it up. Putting that bolt in that goes along the top is the absolute worst part of this job. Besides a jack and jack stands, here's what I used. I used the jack from the vehicle to jack up the engine, the motor, put this right on the oil pan, let it put it up and down. Regular socket, 7 or 14 and a 14. I used these 2. I don't know that they're necessary. I needed an extension, not this long, to get to that top motor mount. You have to transfer the bar that goes across the top here. The old screws were 17 and the new nuts were 19. I haven't used an impact to get those on and off. Otherwise you might need a vise or something with a breaker bar to get them off. They're pretty tight. And a flashlight and a glove. You'll be bashing your hand, tightening that bolt that goes horizontally into the engine. You'll need the protection.